Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Colorado has nothing to offer in regards to barbecue, by the way. Secretary Mink, I hope you'll agree with me that the #1 priority of the federal government is our national security, and that the first question our military leaders must consider when making major decisions is how it could affect defense on the homeland. With that in mind, and cognizant of the growing space-based threat from China and from Russia, to your knowledge, has the location of U.S. Space Command headquarters at Peterson Space Force Base caused the Air Force to need to withhold or suboptimize any support to the command in any way that has undermined readiness?
And I'll ask for a little help from General Saltzman here as well, but with respect to the current Space Command location, we've been supporting them to the full level required for them to get to FOC. As you're aware, I'm sure there's restrictions with respect to MILCOM, but we are supporting them for readiness at this point.
Yes, Congressman, we have not seen any drops in readiness as a result of the location.
Okay. And as you may know, Mr. Secretary, Section 2889 of the fiscal year 2024 NDAA blocked the Department of Defense from constructing a new headquarters for Space Command at Peterson Space Force Base until the DoD IG and the GAO released their reports on the 2023 basing decision, led by the Secretary of the Air Force, that found Colorado Springs to be the best home for Space Command. The DoD IG report has been released, revealing the alarming loss of capability and personnel that would result if Space Command was moved from Peterson. And the GAO report finally came out last week, highlighting the unique benefits to the command that the close proximity to Northern Command allows. The GAO report also says that Space Command is struggling to meet its staffing needs due to uncertainty regarding the command's final location, and this is delaying the command's ability to build long-term institutional knowledge. The result is clear. The most effective home for Space Command is Peterson Space Force Base in Colorado Springs, and it's essential the issue is put to rest once and for all, so Space Command and the men and women who work there can put their full focus on one goal: defending the nation. Secretary Mink, now that the conditions of Section 2889 have been satisfied, is it your understanding that the planning and design of a permanent headquarters building for Space Command at Peterson will resume immediately?
So, Mr. Congressman, we are in the process of reviewing the report, the final report out of the GAO. I would defer questions on the final decision for location of Space Command to White House Legislative Affairs.
Okay, thank you. General Saltzman, any comments?
Nothing to add. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very quickly, in the FY 2025 NDAA, Congress required the Department of the Air Force to submit a report to Congress on how it intends to better coordinate emerging space activities, such as spacecraft reentry recoveries at DoD test ranges with other federal agencies like the FAA. The report was originally due on January 31st of this year. The Air Force then delayed delivery of the report to March 31st, then to May 31st, and then last week it was delayed again to August 31st. Meanwhile, U.S. commercial reentry operators are seeking out and currently utilizing reentry landing sites in other countries, such as Australia. I know this all took place before you were sworn in, Mr. Secretary, but it's frustrating that we'll not have this report until after the committee drafts and marks up this year's NDAA. Mr. Secretary, I'd like to respectfully ask for your commitment that this report will be delivered to the committee no later than August 31st, and that it will contain a description of the factors leading to its delay. I'd also appreciate a briefing on the report as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'll commit to getting that to you as soon as possible. I have to go back and check on the status, and I'll let you know one way or another.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you for your service, and congratulations on your confirmation. Yes. I yield back.
Gentlemen.